Hello everybody and welcome to A New Dawn. A Dorwinion campaign is what we're dealing with here. Dorwinion is the land of wine. Permit me, please, to read this introduction. Though it would be fair to say that we simply till the earth with greater skill than other wine makers, a legacy of a quietly passed on legend of long ago, if to be believed. A tale of woods that oft moved and spoke in lengthy wheezes of secrets of the earth. We had friendship with these creatures, and our farmers learned much in their tutelage from these elder wonders. They taught us patiently in their laborious, softly spoken way. Whatever the truth in that, we now trade with many, a web of wealth widely spun, and we send much of our produce north up the river running, called the Calduin by our elven friends, to Escaloth, Dale, Erebor, and the fairest halls of all in Erendgalen. So trade is our essence then, wines that make even the elves feel what mortals feel only too often. That is our secret. King Thranduil and his line of Erendgalen is our friend and ally, and there are those of the fairer race that live among us in honor. They live amongst us, perhaps, not just for our wines, for we have a heritage that traces through the tangled lines of history. Adani, they call us, elder of old, and we are here, and we were here before the Edine gathered their rewards for their heroism in Beleriand, but as not all elves went west, neither did the men we were all go west. What? Neither did the men we were all go west. Okay, there we are. We were the precursors of the House of Hador, later known so well for their tragic heroes rather than their wondrous wines, which, I wonder, is the greater in its lasting. There is irony sunk deep within this, for we are as noble as we have ever been, have endured wars between the Dunedain and the tribes of the south and vicious warriors of the east. An uneasy peace never acknowledged lies between us and the inhabitants of vast Rune. We even till our own lands using their kine, those great white oxen that dwell on the shores of the inland sea. These are the very same that King Vorondil hunted and slew to make the great horn of Gondor. But there is no friendship with their masters to be found, nor will there ever be, and we see much unrest along the shores of the inner sea. Our merchants and our allies run true, as if they were the very lifeblood of our kingdom. Yet our military follows the patterns of those we treat with. Organized along the lines of the lake men of Dale and Escaroth for the greater part, we have a dualistic society fostered by the elves among us, and our people have learned their ways of war in turn. We have traded good money for the weapons of the dwarves, few in number yet effective all the same. We fight when it is needed, yet are not warlike in manner. There is a coming storm, movement in the east, vast herds and many wains moving through the Sea of Rune. Shadows gather round the mountains of Mordor, and glints of flame and lightning gutter feebly in our eyes, but we are distant from whatever evils transpire therein. To the folk of Gondor, the tragic remnants of the Edine bloodlines, it must be enough to make them cower in the face of the storm, like a crack in a warsmith's anvil. When called to war, we will not side in any way other than we have in the past. We are the Atani, as all good men were before Beleriand, and we will fight for our friends, both elves and men. These we would choose to die for and with, and the East is no friend, leaving Mordor and the shadow in Mirkwood. There is little choice there. If forced to war, we will use the wealth of our bounteous lands to pay for it. Our armed forces are not fat and lax. They drill with precision and we bear weapons made by men and dwarves, bows of green wood, the great, and the skill of the Northmen we have absorbed over many centuries. Trains our cavalries. When war comes, Dorwinion will be ready, is ready. As one, we await our fate, our survival, or our doom. And this is then our realm. What a lovely little thing it is. We have 4 regions. Sant Anui as a main fortress. Then we have Strondos, that's a southern outpost. And Naburka will eventually form a nice trading settlement with the rest of the Sea of Rune. And then Karasast, of course, our grand capital. Well, not so grand yet, but grand it shall become. Definitely. Yeah, this is us. Hello, hello, hello. We have a public order bonus due to law, retraining costs reduced, increase in tradable goods, and building costs reduced by 5% as a global effect. Isn't that lovely? And oh my goodness, the Easterlings have less and a garrison to rock the ages. Oh dear. Dorwinion is a warm and fertile land that is known for its unmatched wines, long summers, and peaceful existence. However, to the locals, Dorwinion is known as a land of 2 cultures. The Northmen, kindred of the Dalesmen and Rohirrim, and the long-lost Avari. The Avari are a group of elves who opted to not make the great journey with Orome at the Awakening. They are a mysterious people who shun their own kin, but act with warmth and care towards the Northmen. In the late Third Age, as the Easterlings increasingly show hostility to Dorwinion, the elves have integrated more and more in society, even allowing the Vine Regent to sit on the Avarin High Council. All is not as harmonious as it seems, however, for a group of Northmen nobles has proposed a markedly different method of dealing with the Easterlings than the Avari, and these nobles are gaining huge support amongst the Northmen. The nobles favour force and annihilation, where the Avari welcome discourse and unity. In time you will have to decide whether the land sides with the Avarin High Council or the Northman nobles. So, we are set up for a choice, and in this case I think we shall ultimately settle with the Avarin elves, but of course much can happen. Nothing is set in stone. And Forthwind, you are a pretty terrible governor from an economic standpoint, so I'm not going to keep you there. You're going to wait in the fort right there until we have a force worthy of resisting the horde that sits in Lest. Because it is very likely that we will have to fight that very horde. It's just what it is. Maybe we should get... we could probably get away with the corruption there just by building a meeting hall. So let's do that. And in Karsant, Mason's Hall, I think. Santanui, similar story. Naburka. Yeah. Meeting hall, Mason's Hall. Hello, Vine Lord Swain. And here we have most elite units, actually, with the Moraquenti Sentinels. And with a bunch of lovely Avari warriors as well. It is looking good. This is a very fine little force, and we shall use it with pleasure. If we send... because my thinking is that we should probably move to annex some regions. Mirvan could be nice, but really, any of them will do. Vine Lord Swain. Eh, you're decent in there. I guess all other things being equal, we can keep you. Alright. There's Calvarad. And I think we have sufficient troops to deal with that. We should have. I think so. I'm pretty sure. So that is that. Let's also build, or train a diplomat and a spy. I think those will be very, very handy. Naburka, not much tax to be made at all, so we're going to focus that on growth rather than economic output, whereas Karasant is a bit more valuable in terms of coin. And so, the first end turn comes about for the Dorwinion campaign, and I am happy to be playing this. It's been a long time since I've experimented with the Dorwinion faction. It's been years, actually. And I've been looking forward to this coming back. Why that was the reason why I was always so quite happy to see it at the top of the list when it came to proposed new ventures for the channel. Dol Amroth claims the land. Though somebody suggested that the Hand of Fate game might merit a little introduction that's not really necessarily a campaign commitment, and so yeah, I will think of a nice little way to do that. You betcha.
Yes, my lord.
Here comes Norway.
We shall engage.
Hopefully,
We shall prevail. Yes.
the AI will want to rise up. They have 8 units, we have 6. Ours are a lot better, but let's hope they don't notice that. Fornost is reclaimed by the Dunedain, and we have some agents to throw around.
Yes, my
Lovely.
lord.
Okay, first of all, let's just
Stopping here.
say hello
I
to
shall
Lest.
Continue tomorrow.
We might as well start trading with them, because they are the most valuable trading partner that we can have at
I
the
shall
moment.
continue tomorrow.
And then we're going to use our spy to see what's going on down here. Because, not if, but when war starts, we will want to know what's going on southwest of our position. We don't want Rune to just suddenly sneak up from the south and surround us. Today's tea is mint. And I'm not just saying that to mean like good or lovely or whatever. No, it is literally a mint tea. Okay.
Your orders. Approach.
There is something you wish to speak of?
Yes, please. How about you give me money? Because we're not as wealthy as I thought we were.
And you asked any more? We would have said no.
But I'm glad you said yes.
You would speak of something more?
Ooh, an alliance with the Easterlings? How interesting. Yeah, why don't we? Yeah.
And you asked any more?
Ha!
Our
They actually
discussions
take it.
come to a close.
Okay, that's interesting. They wanted that alliance slightly. Not much, but slightly. And I'm fine with that. We can expand westward for now. And that alliance will sort of keep them at bay.
Approaching quietly. I shall continue.
Kavarad does not rise up. Oh dear.
Orders. As you wish.
But we will survive it. We will survive it. Grain exchange there. Maybe some communal farming here. And a leather tanner. Temporary, you know, things that provide a bit of an economic lift to our nation. And then we have the meeting hall in the Burka, supplanted by a Mason's Hall, and that is all good and grand.
Yes, my lord.
With a little bit of luck, we will actually make money this turn. What? Because the Easterlings are pretty valuable trading partners.
My lord.
So, who should we say hello to next? Should we go that way and kind of take a look? Now, let's
As you
actually
wish.
send our diplomat
Stopping
toward
Tomorrow's journey. Your orders, my lord.
Mirkwood.
Your orders,
And
my lord.
here, hello. Hello, in Ottlebed. How you doing?
Waffle.
Oh no, they killed our spy. I spy with my little eye a fellow who was bound to die. Oh dear. Ah, Dorwinion infantry, a nice little spear unit. We don't really have the forces to take Carverad in a frontal assault. But if they plan to leave their gates, then we shall gladly wait with arrows whispering through the air.
Yes, my lord. Yes. I shall continue tomorrow.
Okay, so second spy. Do you think you'll have better luck?
My
Elder card. Yeah, it seems that, well, you're about the same skill.
Yes.
I am no diplomat.
Let's give him an easier target then. Yeah, I guess it is harder to spy on a village. You know, you kind of notice someone new that you're not used to. It's harder to go unnoticed. What shall we have here? I suppose chicken farming will be good, and a herbalist will be good. Again, growth, growth, growth. We gotta grow that place. Come, my friends. There is much to be done. Oh, hello, Breor.
My lord.
Yeah, you can go to
Continuing
Strondust, why
tomorrow.
not? Or maybe,
We
no,
march
no, no,
down
no,
the-
actually. We're going to send you to Carverad, because when you
Continuing
get there,
Yes, my lord.
we will have taken the town. Yeah, that is what we're going to do. Are you good at management?
Orders.
Not terrible. Yay. Not terrible will do. We will want a trading post at the next opportunity. Yeah, that's a substantial increase. Yeah. That's what we'll want.
Your orders.
And
As you wish.
our diplomat shall
Stopping
continue
here.
through the great plains of Ravanion.
I shall continue tomorrow.
So we're allied to Dale, the Woodland Realm, and Rune. What happy days. I doubt the Runic alliance will last more than 20 turns. Because we are kind of the only enemy that Rune can really focus on. Unless the dwarves come down from the north to say hello.
Approaching.
Hello,
My
Captain
lord.
Ulak.
Investigating with discretion, my lord. Approaching quietly. Approaching quietly. Yes, my lord. Without question. Yes. Stopping here.
My lord. As you wish.
There we go.
Continuing tomorrow.
Moving all the things. A few quick turns to be done, where we basically build things, besiege Carverad, and move a couple of agents around. I think it's lovely. And speaking of the whole Lord of the Rings thing, whilst we get into a little bit of a battle here against Rutland, I can tell you that I have now seen the first 3 episodes of the Rings of Power series. As a fan of Tolkien's work in general, I was of course more than a little curious to see how it would, you know, the whole Lord of the Rings thing would be updated for the modern age, so to speak. But yeah, and so far, I mean, it's fun being back. Fun being back in the universe, I guess. My thoughts on it are vaguely positive. Vaguely positive. I'm not blown away, but it is yeah, like I said, nice to be back, you know? Oh, hello, they're charging toward our infantry. Okay, a counter charge. Probably limited our losses a little bit, but there are limits to that.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
We now have a lot more enemies coming in on foot. But yeah, so the first 3 episodes of the Rings of Power, well, yeah. I have seen a lot of criticisms of the show that the story seems kind of confused in some ways, and that there isn't really a clear focal point of narrative. If you compare to the Lord of the Rings, that's definitely true, where everything has the focal point of Sauron, big bad, Ring is bad, Ring must be destroyed, Sauron must be defeated. You know, that's a very clear thing. And of course that sort of also rings true in this one. The overarching thrust of the story is that Sauron must be defeated. But, of course, the means of doing that are not as clear, and also it is destined to not happen, because of course we know at a time that Sauron does indeed survive for quite some time. So the narrative stakes, as it were, in the story are not very high as at this time. They're not very substantial from a storytelling perspective, and that weakens the plot of the show quite a bit, I think. But that being said, I like most of the individual elements that the show is assembling, and I think it can tell a nice story of the characters regardless. So while the overarching plot line of the story has not really come very far yet, what it needs to do is convince us that that Numenor is worth caring about, that Galadriel's quest is worth caring about, and that also the half-footers are worth caring about. And so far, I think it's doing a decent job of it.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
Possibly the half-footers are, I don't know, they're doing their best at developing them into something that you can really love and appreciate, like the Shire. And I don't think they're quite succeeding because the large appeal of the Shire is less the people themselves and than the place they live, to be honest. You know, most people will say, I want to live in the Shire. It's not like, I want to live next to the hobbits. And with the migratory tribe that they've got going on, of course, those half-footers are not as, you know, they are not granted that same idyllic scenery that we all want to live in. You know, they're going for us engaging with them on a far more cultural level, which is a bit more hit and miss in general. You know, we all prefer different kinds of people.
Honor,
So
victory.
it's a weaker basis
My
for
lord, our courage and
forming a
honor has
relationship for an
conquered.
audience, I think. But that being said, I think they're doing a decent job. But I think overall that aspect of it is the weakest link so far. But hey, I'm interested in seeing where it goes next, and I will be following along and putting my little commentary on it here and there. I think, yeah, we did see some.
By your
I
command,
mean,
we have marched our limit.
Without question.
the first episodes did have a
Without
huge
question.
struggle
I
against
shall
the sea
continue
monster
tomorrow.
that came a
Something
bit,
here.
you know, slightly unnecessary. You know, these things. It was as if a producer had thought, oh goodness, we need an action beat in here. Can we throw in a big monster in the sea? And a writer, the writers looked at each other and said, yeah, we can throw in a big sea monster. Yeah. And then they did so. It's not a grave crime, but of course, I'm hoping that the action sequences in the following episodes will be in support of the story and
Yes,
spring
my
from the story rather than, you know, the other way around. Yeah, that's a small gripe, and I think that will get ironed out as, of course, since when the plot develops, the action will follow from there. And in the third episode, I felt like it did so. And I'm interested to seeing what they do with the whole concept of Numenor, because that is cool. We haven't seen that before. So, I think, I feel like I have quite a few things to look forward to in the show, as long as they don't drop the ball completely.
Tomorrow's journey
And
planned out.
so far, I don't think they have. I mean, yeah. There have been some controversies regarding
Yes.
regarding the casting decisions and whatnot, but I am not as concerned in that department. For me, it's all about who the characters are, less than what they are, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I want a compelling story told from this material, and if they're able to string together a coherent, compelling story out of bits from the Silmarillion, then more power to them, because that in itself is not an easy task. So, overall,
Your
yeah.
orders, my lord.
sure. I'm, you know, so far I do not feel like I have been wasting my time completely,
Tower will keep vigil over the lands.
which is nice. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Is it The Lord of the Rings? No, it can't be. It's based on a completely different book. Yeah. They are trying to make what, Halbrand? You know, they're really pushing him for Aragorn 3.0. You know, Aragorn 2.0 was Thorin in The Hobbit, so to speak, or whatever it was. And then you have, you know, he was the dwarf with the form of Aragorn, and then now you have this Southron form of Aragorn, Lord, you know, the lost king of the southern people. They even give him. I noticed they gave him a line very reminiscent, if not copied verbatim, from Fellowship of the Ring, I believe it was. So they're pushing that pretty hard, and I could think that they, you know, they don't need to push it that hard. I think we'll get the thrust of it without being taken for a ride, so to speak. So, but if they manage to let the story take hold and they can fall back less on the big set pieces and the archetypal characters and that kind of stuff, you know, focus on the uniquenesses that they have rather than tropes they want to put in there, then I think it will end up like a fun little show. Yeah, a nice little trip through Middle-earth. Which it definitely has been. I mean, you know, we've been all the way from Forwyth up in the north to the southern lands of what in this incarnation here then is Mordor, with fewer trees. Yeah, we've seen. Yeah, so I'm interested to see where it goes, and I hope slightly, you know, I shall reference Galu, who made some comments on the potential direction of the series, which I broadly agree with. Is that you will kind of want the infiltration of Numenor, Sauron's infiltration of Numenor, to come as a bit of a surprise element, with the third episode
As you wish.
being what it is at this point. I'm not totally sure that they're going to be able to do that, because it seems like they're setting up for us to meet Sauron head on right now, and I'm not sure how they would handle him then becoming a surprise factor in the long run. I think they might be taking the jumping the gun a little bit, but then again, you will want to have a visual representation of your enemy, and you can't just put up a great eye, because that's not what Sauron is at this point. You know, so hands tied a little bit. You know, there are some storytelling conventions. How to invest stakes in the story when you can't show your antagonist. Well, I suppose there are ways of getting around that. But we'll see. We'll see what they do, and I shall be interested in following along with their little storytelling adventure.
Yes, my lord.
To battle. We shall prevail. Yes.
But what do you guys think? I mean, hey, this is fiction after all. It is storytelling, and we can all have opinions on what makes a good story. So let me know what you think. And for those of you completely uninterested in that series, which, I mean, I do think most of you would have some interest given the subject matter of what we're playing here. But in case you were not interested at all, then I beg your forgiveness, and we shall not speak of it again. At least for a little while. At least for today. Let's see. What will the next thing be for Santa Anouilh? Well, I want to say a winery, but it's just a bit more expensive than we're likely to facilitate anytime soon. So I am kind of thinking that we'll go with some communal farming. You know, if you're in doubt, farming will never hurt your economy. It just, you know, it's a solid foundation for a society. Oh, forgot to push the button on Buralj. Tomorrow's another day. Yeah, we'll take that guild eventually, but don't hold your breath, guys. Don't hold your breath. For now, we're going to ask for map information from Mulairon.
No.
No.
We will not accept something else you'd like to suggest.
Okay, then trade rights. No.
Goodbye.
All right then. That's a bit sad. But we've got a trade post here in Kalasant, and that means, yeah, let's just build up trade capacity. It's a wonderful thing to do, and Santanui is a glorious place from which to do so.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to retrain a spy, to be honest. It doesn't seem to be going well for us. We'll wait a bit on that. And we'll drink some tea instead. Let some turns pass. Take Viltur. All the good things. We need to show these men of Ravanion that true prosperity lies with us. Helga has been born. Kravrat has built a building. Nice. Maybe we should make some standing stones. Why not? Let's give it another go.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes. Okay. 1,000 was too much, but 750. Come on.
Be thankful we accept this proposal. Very well. What else we do have? Your time was
Good.
almost done.
Excellent.
Without question.
Then-
Greetings, most noble ally.
Gartila. I suppose. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever his nomenclature. We shall try to speak with him next turn. Actually, let's just move
Yes, my lord.
north. We'll
As
come
you wish.
by the
stopping
Northmen
here.
any day now anyway. We are allied to them, aren't we? Yes, we are allied to the Kingdom of Dale. Hello, hello. One more turn. Now, if I know Rune right, then at some point in the not too distant future, they are going to attack Naburka. It is simply an inevitability. Not bad. Why do you want a village? We're already besieging a town over here. Silly sods. Anyhow. Let's get a Mason's Hall in Strandust. And,
Your orders. Yes. As you wish. Tomorrow's journey.
up to
planned
Dale
out.
we go. Time for Norway to take another settlement. And time for the teacup to be filled once more. Hello, Viltur! Are you ready to be taken for a ride?
Attack! Units, await my orders.
Right. Folks. Crossbows. Back together. Men of the Thorn. Let's shoot at the privateers, because they are the best unit in this army by a quite substantial margin. As we have learned in our Breland campaign, those guys can hit pretty hard. And of course, the Thorn Bladesman did find that out recently. Don't draw attention. No, I mean, but if you have to choose between not drawing attention and shooting the Privateer Axeman in the face, then please do shoot the Privateer Axeman in the face. Looks like we might want a spearman on the right flank, the right side of history, as it were. And we want them to run. Charge into them and try to counter them. Yes, thank you. Norway, just reform over there. Nice. Okay. So far, so swanky.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Men of the Thorn. Ooh, a point blank crossbow volley. Out the spearmen go. But they have a lot of hunters this time. We shall not take victory for granted here. Although it must be said that our spearmen are doing a valuable service. Come, Moriquente Sentinels! There are so many Ravanian men to be shot today. Now, what did happen to that cavalry unit? Oh, here it comes. 4 guys on horseback.
Advance!
Shadows, I think you should have the honor of felling the enemy general. No, it's not even the general, actually. Where is the general?
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
I guess that's anyone's guess, really. And shoot him, and he goes. Ha! Alright, Thorn Bladesman, they're going. Yes, yes.
Good tidings.
And the
enemy
general's
general
dead.
lies dead.
Nice. Well then. And the Avari spearmen have held up remarkably well. Come everybody, give them a volley. I know they're gonna like it.
Flees the field. Pursue. This is a clear victory.
Yay! We lost fewer than last time. Probably because we ended up countering the cavalry a lot better. Casualties inflicted. 222 Avari warriors. Well done, good fellows. And spearmen. They lost 35, but they regained 7. Yay! The Moriquente Sentinels shooting 141. The Shadows 145. That accuracy. It's pretty delicious, I tell you. Pretty delicious. Ah. And so another settlement joins the Dorwinion fold. The Dorwinion fold. Come, my friends.
An honorable, glorious victory.
Yet another home to
A
be
most
added
noble conquest.
to the administrative regions of Dorwinion. We will get the Weaponsmith Guild, don't you worry, it's just gonna take a little time. We have so much building to do.
Yes, my lord. Yes, as you wish. 'Tis good to see you, my friend. How can we help?
You can give me money? That'll be nice.
No, good day to you.
Oh,
Yes.
alright then.
as
Maybe the
you
elves
wish.
will. Anyhow. Naburka is growing, Strondust is growing, Kalasant is growing, everywhere is growing. Right. And so grows as well, of course, the dangers posed by the Easterlings of Rune. A construction report. Thank you. Master Mason's Hall, that'd be nice. And Strandost, can you also get one of those? In time, of course.
Yes, my lord. But always happy to deal with you, trusted friends.
How about you give me some lovely money?
Possibly
Thank you.
until we meet again.
Thank you.
Without question. Your orders.
He's culturally intolerant. Okay. What a wonderful trait for a diplomat to have. Nod. Well, I suppose we'll just have to find a way to survive it. Question. If we leave some bladesmen behind, what happens?
Yes.
Everything is hunky-dory.
With honor. Orders.
We could also send some of these fellows, but you... Actually, should we go for author... Bed? No, I don't think we should.
Orders, my lord.
We should head north
Yes.
to the castle up here
Making
of
camp here. We can
Ilanen,
go no
I believe it
further,
is.
my lord.
Because taking that castle will be a significant victory as well. Branda. Hello. Welcome to the family. Ready for a hike? You're going to Viltur.
Making camp here.
Oh yes, Kazant built a market. Okay, okay. In the long run, Master Mason's Hall, please. And Standing Stones and Viltur.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Yes. My lord. By your command.
Some more thorn crossbows.
Yes, my lord.
You have a proposition? I accept. Very well. What's your next
Let's
suggestion?
go for a bit of personal enrichment.
See. A pleasure, noble Simon.
Yes.
Right. And on we go. Let's head down
As you
toward
wish.
Gondor,
Without question.
Mordor, and the Anduin.
Your orders, my lord.
And Viltur is building the Standing Stones. Nice to see. I think we'll need a meeting hall in Carverad. Because we don't have that yet, do we? I will need to investigate. That's a pretty damn low-hanging fruit, if ever there was one. Boom. There we go.
Yes, my lord.
With honor.
Into Santan where you go, just for a turn at
Your
least.
orders, my lord.
Yes. We can go no further, my lord.
Fine stuff. And here. In the Burka. Yeah, leather tanner. Why not? Why not?
Yes, my lord. As you wish. I shall continue tomorrow. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
You know what? We're coming up on turn 20 and the alliance with the dragon is still in force. What an interesting happenstance. Now, we would like to ally with Gondor as well. And in the long term, would be very interesting to see if we could somehow...
My lord, without
pit
question,
the
stopping here. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
pit Rune and Mordor against each other. If somehow that could be achieved, that would be amazing. I am not overly optimistic, but some optimism is
Yes,
always
my
healthy.
lord.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands. We can...
Your orders, my lord.
Yes,
Hello, Ilanin.
We shall engage.
Yeah, we'll need a couple
We shall
extra
prevail.
units here.
Yes.
Get some of
as
these.
you wish.
It's gonna be good.
Joining forces, my lord. Orders.
And we continue our economic, political, and military expansion. We made it to turn 20 on an alliance with the dragon itself. That is interesting.
Yes, my lord.
With honor.
Can we build a tower
This
here?
tower will keep
Yes,
vigil
let's
over
do
the
that.
lands.
Then
Your orders,
Brander
my
will
lord.
get there next turn and he will be happy.
Yes, my lord. Your orders. Yes. I shall continue tomorrow. Tomorrow's...
And we are thus coming up on our first hour. Maybe we've slightly exceeded it, but anyhow, it is always a pleasure to start a new campaign. It's like the world opens up before you.
My lord.
Hello, Breor.
Erecting a watchtower.
There you go.
Your orders, my
Brander.
lord.
There you go. You are free upkeep here in Vildur. Yes, it is lovely. It's wonderful to see. Okay. What else do we need here? We could hike up the taxes, but really, it's not going to do us much good. We're better off growing the economy now. We could maybe make a great hall. A case could be made for that. But let's build a Master Mason's Hall so we've got that one in the bag. And Strondost. Here we would like a port, I think. Followed by a Great Hall. Maybe a Great Hall first, actually.
Yes, my lord. Without question. Stopping here. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Okie dokie. So far so swagging. Oh, we have runic forces coming north. Is this the portent of an invasion? Oh.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, let's put
As
these
you
into a
wish.
fort. Save a couple extra gold coins. Here, there, and everywhere.
My lord. Yes. As you wish. Stopping
Ooh,
here.
but south it has
Your
been the
orders.
site of much
I shall
battling, it
continue
seems.
tomorrow.
Hmm. All continues well. The population of Naburka grows steadily at a rate of 3%. Squalor has started, but...
A profound honor.
Oh, hello, look, Khan Rukar. You silly chum. What are you doing here? We're just trying to find the economic strength to bolster our trading capabilities and thus also the friendship between our great nations. Oh yes, the Master Mason's halls are coming up.
Your orders, my lord.
Shall we just take Ilanin and have that mark the end of the first episode? I think it shall. Then we have a strong foothold in Ravanion from which to expand. That will indeed be pretty darned wonderful. Hello, rebels. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the battle to be fought today. Captain Athala comes, this time with Ravanian riders, a much weaker cavalry unit. Sellswords can be tricky, but we've got crossbows, we can deal with them. And then a bunch of spearmen and Ravanian hunters. Well, let's quickly save it and push forward.
Muster your courage, men. We march into battle.
We march into battle as if our lives depended on it, because guess what? Our lives do actually depend on it.
Units, await my orders. We must defend these
Right. Same as per usual. We shall put our forces so as to draw the enemy into our melee line. We shall use our archers to thin down their cavalry unit. Men of the Thorn! Oh, hello! Intercept, please. Thank you. Okay, then it's just the infantry we need to deal with. How nice. That done, we can throw some javelins at the sellswords. Aww. They are not happy. Nor should they be. You've got a pretty perfect angle, actually. Okay, good. So the only ones that don't have a perfect angle
We continue like
are the
this,
crossbows.
we'll smash the enemy.
Maybe if we put them like this, that'll help a bit. Yeah, Ravanian hunters. Just, yeah. Do your thing. Which is to say, fall over and die. Here comes a cavalry charge. Neutered by arrow fire.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
But this time the hunters have actually targeted our elves. Oh no! What heinous crimes they are capable of. Hello, sellswords. You're going to be shot. You have strayed too far from your flock, good sirs. And you shall now be summarily executed by elven arrow fire. Thank you. Stand together. Stand together. Yes, thank you. Thank you for throwing a couple extra javelins. How very welcome that is. And there they go. And missile units, keep the pressure on those hunters. We don't want them to get too happy about the state of affairs. As the Avadi close in on the general here. There we are. That should be it for now.
This is a clear victory.
Wonderful. Avari's shadows doing great work today. Excellent, gentlemen, excellent. The land of wine praises you in song today. As your campaign of rebel subjugation continues from strength to strength.
Glory, honor, victory. My lord.
Yeah, let's
our
occupy the
courage
place.
and honor have conquered.
My lord. Yes, tomorrow's journey planned out. I shall continue tomorrow.
Oh yes, they still wanted to take Uthelbed, don't they?
Yes, my lord.
Is Ilanan completely outside our cultural grasp? No, it is not.
Your
by
orders,
any
my
means.
lord.
We can leave it behind. Yeah, we can. Okay. And as such, I suppose we shall.
Yes, my lord.
How about we...
Elves. Orders. By your command.
Boom! There we go. Norway. Move on.
My lord.
Good man, move on.
Yes, my lord.
To battle.
And that'll bring Norway closer to Rune, where he might be needed. In a not too distant future. Standing stones? No, we don't need those. We need a meeting hall. And then we need to get some military buildings going. Yeah. And then we'll start with the whole Mason's Hall thing.
Your orders, my lord.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
And a vigil will definitely be needed.
Orders.
We'll also need one over here.
Yes. By your command.
Oh dear.
As
Ventured
you
too
wish.
far, but it's okay.
By your command.
Then we'll just
Erecting a
adventure all the
watchtower.
way and go back next turn.
We have marched our
Yes, my
We can
lord.
survive it. And with that, I suppose we have made a nice little swing at an initial Dorwinion episode. it'll be interesting to see how the alliance with Rune develops, but I am pretty certain that it will break at some point, probably by Rune attacking the Burka. That is what they often like to do. But for now, I hope you will have a lovely day. I hope you will continue to follow along with this lovely little campaign of ours, and I wish you a lovely time. Captain Turtle Waffle, thanks you for watching. Considerably out.